The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors of omission in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice relevant to their specific circumstances.
Are we live? What's good, great people? I am Ezel Moon, and I have a special guest in the building today. Tonight's conversation is one I think a lot of people are going to connect with, because sometimes we see people making others laugh and forget that laughter often comes from a very real journey. So my guest tonight is someone whose path into comedy did not begin from chasing attention. It began from searching for something personal. After becoming a mother, she has spoken openly about wanting a creative outlet, wanting to reconnect with herself, and that search led her to an open mic where 5 minutes on stage changed something in her life. So what I respect about that is how often the biggest shifts in our lives begin in moments that seem small at first. One decision, one room, one risk, one yes, heck, one laugh. Since then, she has continued building her voice in comedy while carrying multiple realities at once: motherhood, identity, responsibility, and the courage it takes to stand in front of strangers and offer them honesty through humor. Because that's really what great comedy is: truth with timing. And I think what makes her story powerful is that behind every joke is perspective, behind every laugh is observation, and behind every person bold enough to grab a microphone is usually a deeper reason they had something to say in the first place. So tonight, I want us to go beyond punchlines. I want us to talk about the woman behind the wit, the journey behind the stage, and what comedy teaches us about life itself. Please help me and welcome me, the Camille Waters.
Hi.
Hello, 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 hello.
That was so nice. I was like, oh, look at this.
Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. Thank you
Yes.
kindly. You know, I first, I'm gonna jump right into this one because I gotta ask. She was 8 months, and you just said, "Hey, yo, you know what? I'm gonna get on this stage."
She was 8 months. She was 8 months. It was crazy.
That's that's wild. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like you know, I would. There's a lot of different things that people could do, right? Some people, but you said, nah, let me go ahead. Why go in that direction?
I mean, there was a lot of things that came into play. Like one, the fear. I mean, I've always kind of had a bit of stage fright, but the power in birthing a child and like being pregnant and feeling your body grow and make a human and then bringing that human into the world, it's kind of like, oh, I'm shouldn't be scared of anything. I'm a magical being. Like, what are we talking about? I can make a person. Like, so I think one, having my daughter kind of made me feel more powerful, and less scared. There was no, I didn't have that stage fright anymore. It was more like, oh, this, I can do anything. Like I made a person. So that was part of it. Part of it was I just, it makes you really think about what's important in life. And just like becoming a mother made me really realize how important things, what's priority, I think. And like I was just putting so much emphasis on work and I didn't have anything for myself. Um and I didn't want her, I wanted to set a good example, you know? I wanted her to see that like she's just watching me all day, just watching me work and do a job that I'm not interested in. And like really, it really felt like she was watching me waste my life. And so I was like, I got to find something to make me show her that life is more fulfilling than just working a job that you don't like and for the rest, you know? And then the last part was She was so sweet. She was so cute. She was so adorable. I was obsessed with her. I was like, if I don't find a hobby, she's never going to do anything because I'm just going to be staring at her every day for the rest of her life. And just, I'm never going to let her out the house. I'm just going to go full like, don't go anywhere. I need you. So I needed something so she could eventually grow up and breathe and have her own life because the love I feel for that girl is crazy. Like real, real aggressive love I have for my daughter. So I was like, if I don't find another outlet, I'm gonna squish her to death. Just hug her too much. So that was about it.
No, you good. I respect it. I respect it. Like, I mean, when the baby is cute, you don't want them out your sight.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
literally for the first couple, not even for I'm lying. I think still to this day, I still like bite my son's cheek, and he just my firstborn. I bite my firstborn's cheek, like, and he just looks at me like I'm crazy. He's
Literally.
7, so it's like
Literally, I be like waking her up from sleep, and sometimes we just be late from school because I'm just looking at her like you are the cutest thing on the whole planet, and
Right.
I'm just like, oh my god, now we late. Look at that, just for no reason.
So you went to one open mic, watched, then
Mhm,
signed up the very next week. Can you tell me
mhm.
what you told yourself internally before those first 5 minutes on stage?
Well, I went to two mics, and watched for 2 weeks,
Mm,
and the first week I was like really nervous, and the but like if you've been to an open mic, you'll see like nobody's doing great, nobody's doing real good, So I was like, oh, if all I got to do is get up there and nobody laugh, I can make nobody laugh. Like that's the bar is on the
so,
ground. Like, what am I afraid of? So after watching, and I was like, the first week I watched, and the second week I watched, and was really like, girl, go ahead and do this. And it helped that I started in San Diego. I'm not from San Diego. So I
right.
didn't really, I don't know these people. I've never seen any of these people before. I was like, I'm gonna get up there. And if it goes terribly, I'll never have to see them again.
This is
I don't
true.
know anybody here. So the pressure was very low. Um, and that's what made me get up there. And I had like talked to a lot of my friends before I really tried. I talked to like two of my best friends, and I was like, I think I might try stand-up comedy. And they were just like, yeah, that's you for sure. And I was like, for real? And they were like, yeah, you should definitely do that. So that kind of was, I had like my friends supporting me, and it just there was no bar, there's no pedestal. Everybody was bombing. It was like I was like, oh, okay.
Let me hit this. I
Yeah,
got
I can
this.
do this. I
I,
can just go up there and talk for 5 minutes. Please. I talk so much all the time. I could do this for 5 minutes.
I I did want to like hit something before I go into my next question. You're originally from Maryland.
Yes.
What part of the DMV? Like what part of Maryland? Like
Silver
Baltimore?
Spring. Silver
Oh, you
Spring.
from
Silver
Silver?
Spring.
I lived
Yes.
I lived in White Oak for a bit.
Okay, perfect. Right around there.
Right
Right
around there,
around
right?
right yeah, right around. I was born in DC, but I was raised in
Yeah.
like the Aspen Hill area.
Yeah.
Like so.
Guess what? Guess what? I'm actually in DC right now.
That's
Not
crazy.
not even joking. That's why I was like, I can't wait to talk about this because you didn't even like when you got to Cali in 2016. You went to Joshua Tree.
Yep. I was in Joshua Tree for like 2.5 years. No, maybe 3 years. And then I went to San Diego, and I was there for like 3 years.
Give me the funniest thing that happened to you while you was in Joshua Tree.
So much. Joshua Tree is crazy. I I s- I lived in like 29 Palms, which is like right around Joshua Tree. It's like the entrance to Joshua Tree National Park is actually in 29 Palms.
Right.
And it was just desert. It was
Yeah.
just it was so hot. But I did make some really, really good friends out there, like people I'm still really close with. craziest thing, I think like within the first week that we moved out there, it was raining really hard. And there's a lot of people that are on hard drugs in Joshua. Like they out there doing stuff you ain't never seen before. And I'm telling you, I lived in DC. They on different stuff, okay? They on different stuff in Joshua Tree. They on moon rocks, like they on a different vibe. And one night it was raining really hard, and there was just we in this like little tiny house in Joshua Tree waiting to move. And there was just this man on our porch, me and my ex-husband, there was just a man on the porch, and he was just like, oh, and we were like, what is happening? And he just was like zombied out on our porch at like 2 a.m. in the rain. And my ex-husband like had to get him off the porch. And it was just so random and so crazy because we were in such a remote location. Like, where did he even
Where did
come
he
from?
come from?
He had to walk so far to randomly end up on our porch. Like there was nothing. We're in the desert. Like there's barely road. Like where did you, sir? Why did you just appear on our porch? And so then he like got off the porch, and the next morning it was just so random. I woke up and I told my ex husband, I was like, I had the craziest dream, and I told him about it. He was like, that happened. What dream? You don't remember that? Like you thought you imagined that? That literally happened. It was so, but it was just like when it rained, it would just flood and people would just do the craziest stuff. People would just be like getting canoes and like boating in the canals. I'm like, y'all about to die.
Eh,
Just
Yeah, that's that
they
sounds
were
like
different.
yeah, that sounds like WPS. That sounds like WPS. I couldn't
Yeah,
even
they were
canal
different.
boating in canals. Wow.
Hmm.
Okay. All right.
Doing
Hey,
doing anything.
more
Doing
power to them.
right, right.
Because usually, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Even standing on somebody's porch, that just sound like some stuff that could not, certain areas it just can't fly.
Oh,
Especially,
absolutely not.
yeah. Like there's a guy that's from Texas. Like, hey, can't do that in
Right,
Texas.
right.
Bad things happen.
I mean, and wouldn't leave.
And
Wasn't trying to leave. We're like, you
like he
gotta.
like he pay rent there. Like he pay mortgage.
Right, right. Like,
Oh.
like, sir, my ex-husband, I mean, he's in the military. He went and got Elmer Fudd out the closet and was like, you better get gone, sir. This is not the house. So it was
Yes, I
not
am.
right. You might want to, you picked the wrong one today, sir. You better find a different porch.
Mhm. Going from Joshua Tree to San Diego, what was that transition like?
Uh, really nice. I mean, we lived in Mission Valley. We lived like right across the street from the mall, which was crazy because in Joshua Tree, like Joshua Tree is such a small community. There was only like four restaurants. And like by restaurants, I'm including Sonic, like there was like four places to eat. So, and then sometimes it was such a small town, sometimes they just be closed. It'd just be Tuesday and there'd be a sign on the door like, guess what? We not open. Come back another day. Like, so it was nice to have like the luxury of modern living again, like just being able to go to any store and get what you need and like get back to civilization kind of because Joshua Tree it was just a small town and I'm just not really a small town girl, honestly. I need 2 day shipping. Honestly, I need same day shipping. If I'm being for real, I need stuff now. I can't no. It was a mess. So um biggest change from like moving from Joshua Tree to Mission Valley to San Diego, I gained so much weight. I was eating everything. I'm eating. I lived across the street from a cheesecake factory. I was out of pocket. I was out of control. It was a mess, but it was lovely. I was happy.
Hey, look. That's all that matters. As long as you
Right.
happy with it.
I
That's
was
that.
happy.
As
I
long as
was
you happy.
happy.
Somebody gonna love it anyway. God
Right.
damn. um, let's talk about transitioning into just motherhood, right? Being a
Mm,
parent, and this,
mm,
especially in this 2026 era where we still ain't they still ain't released the manual on how to make sure that you don't scar your children for life. And
right.
it was
Right.
well, I saw a meme that said, you know, you try to protect your kids from so many different things, and they still end up like, oh, they still end up with their own like issues. Like you go to every soccer game except for one. That's the one soccer game that they remember, the one that you ain't
Right.
show up at. Nah, that's a bit.
Right. I mean, I think they gonna have complaints. They gonna have complaints. I think it's. I don't even think. I think as long as you're trying your best and trying to show up for them and trying to be a. I think a big thing that a lot of people don't do is like just try to be a good example. Be what you want them. Like if you want your kid to calm down, then you should probably be calm. Like they. So I try to do that. Like I try to be patient to show my daughter patient because I think one thing I just try to do is like remember that I am her example. So a lot of parents. I feel like when we were growing up, it was do what I say, not what I do,
Yeah,
and that don't really work. Like
yeah.
you kind of got to do it. So
I
I
know.
try to be the behavior that I want her to have, and then the rest is like teach her how to be a good person. Is she gonna be in therapy? Probably. Probably. I can't. Her mom's a stand-up comedian. I ain't taking a thing serious since 1995. She gonna need something. She gonna need something for sure. But it's not gonna be because I was mean. It may be because I'm unserious. And you know what? That touche. She got it. You know.
You
But
know,
she not gonna be scarred that bad. She might be scarred a little bit.
you shared that early on you were doing late night open mics and you were coming home to a baby and pumping at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Man, was there ever like a night where the exhaustion like just almost won? Or
Um. No, I think not really because it was like everything was for something that was so good, you know? Like comedy felt like my first I like felt like something that I've been looking for my whole life, like a something that an outlet, a opportunity, a career that I never thought that I would have. So it was just like comedy felt so good and doing it felt so good. And I finally felt more myself than I had ever felt, as an adult. And then I had my daughter and I love the hell out of her. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. So it's like I gotta pump, I gotta get her this milk. And like in my mind, I know I should have been tired, but it was just so like I knew what I was running towards. So it's like I didn't even really feel tired. And I've spent a lot of my life like working two jobs and stuff and like hustling like super hard for other things, like for work, for other companies and stuff. So this was like the first time I'm hustling for things that I really, really care about. So that really helped. I mean, I guess I was definitely tired sometimes, but it wasn't a bad tired. It was a good tired.
gotcha. um how has motherhood sharpened your comedy? Like, does being a mom make you observe life differently while you're on stage?
Yeah, definitely. I think it makes me observe like everything differently. I don't think I can turn my mom brain off to the point where like sometimes when you're on stage and you're like you get hecklers that are like really drunk. Like
Mhm.
people are like, this drunk B or that drunk man. And the first thing that comes to my mind is like, please drink some water. drink water. What are you doing? You're so drunk. Are you okay? Like, who is taking care of you? So I think that like comes through in my comedy some is just like concern for those around me. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is somebody's baby and you are drunk and you finna fall out in this club. Like, please stop serving her alcohol. Don't give her no more drinks, you know? So I think that comes in the green room. I'm like checking up on people, making sure that everybody's good. Like, I feel like I don't know if it's motherhood or just like my personality or being a comedian.
Both.
I'm pretty observant. So like just constantly trying to keep an eye on the surroundings of like just everybody like you good? Like you notice somebody comes in and you're like, "Are you okay? You don't seem okay." And like so I think that could be a mixture of the whole thing.
Makes sense to me. I mean, honestly, well, for me, like my group of friends, even in that story I told you earlier, like I'm usually the motherly one. Hey, is
Mhm.
everybody? Even if hey, is everybody okay? Are we
Right,
good? Anybody need water? All right, I'm finna lay down.
right. Everybody's good. I'm going to sleep.
I'm going to sleep. um, you once said that there aren't many black moms, military spouses over 30 in your comedy scene, and that automatically gives you a different lens. When did you realize your life itself was part of your comedic power?
I think the whole time, I
Mm,
think it was very telling for me, like even when I first started going to open mics, it's like it's a very male dominated comedy is becoming more diverse, but
right.
still like that first level of comedy, like the open mic scene is very not diverse. It's a very specific demographic who are running those things. They're starting to create more mics that are popping up that are more like women friendly, LGBTQIA plus friendly. Like they're starting to create more of those because like open mics, like on the basis, are kind of like it's boys. It's a boys club thing.
Right.
So I think from like the first open mic, I realized that I am not the normal demographic of who's on stage.
Mhm.
But one thing I also noticed is there was still a good amount of like women in the audience and they were excited to have a different perspective. Like open mics can be very, I mean, depending on where you go, they can be very raunchy, very like my dick this, my dick that. Like, and so it was sometimes I'd get up there and I'm just having a perspective of just like, here's my regular life as a mom, employee, like woman over 30s. There was like women in the audience who were like, geez, yes, thank you, please. Like, how many times can we listen to like ex-girlfriend stories, you know? So um very early I learned that I was different as a comic for like my level. And I think that also made me really want to keep going because I also liked the fact that even though I was different, people still related to a lot of my material. And like people, I mean, most people understand like what it is to most people understand like mom jokes, you know, like what it is to be a mom, what it is to watch a kid do something crazy and you're like, man, that kid is crazy. Like if you don't have a mom, you've seen a child before. Like so um even people who even like younger men and stuff like that still got the jokes. So I felt nice to like bring everybody kind of together in like it's nice to be relatable to a large group of people and still be very much yourself.
Yes. Yes. I love that. Um, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna get your perspective on, why the joke is just as important as connection. We're gonna do it. You ready? In
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Commercial.
Commercial.
WSAN Radio, the soul of America and beyond. Join DJ Ron G and the WSAN crew every day for the Ron G Morning Show, Funk Friday, and Gospel Brunch Sunday. From local heroes to national guests, WSAN Radio connects you to the pulse of our community. One song, one story, one soul at a time. WSAN Radio, where music, motivation, and movement come together. Streaming live, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and WSANradio.com.
Got me together with this two-piece. It's the good leggings, no see-through business.
And we are back. Big shout out to our sponsors as well as our guest, the whiskey mom herself, Camille Waters. We are so grateful to have her here. And I did have to ask, what it really quickly before I get back into my actual questions. So since you're in San Diego, where's the best place to get food out there?
Well, now I live in Los Angeles, so
Oh yeah,
I've moved up to Pasadena. No, of course. Um, but I love San Diego still. So which one do you want to hear? Do you want to hear my favorite Los Angeles place or a San Diego place?
Give me two Los Angeles places, two San Diego places, and one Joshua Tree spot.
Okay. So Los Angeles place, there's this taco place that I absolutely love. Um, I like it's like a fusion place, so they get different type of tacos. This it's called Tu Madre. They have really good margarita flights. I'm into it. And they have really good tacos. They have this General Tao's chicken taco. It's so good. I love it. I think they have other things. I won't try nothing else because I just want these tacos every time. But they have but they also have a good happy hour. So I love Two Madres. There's another place called Badass Bakery. It's a black woman owned bakery in Pasadena.
Mhm.
Um, Treats, cinnamon rolls, bomb. Everything's super bomb.
Ooh,
Line be out the door. I can't be having it too much because it's real. It's real sugar. But it's real good. It's called Badass Bakery. So good.
okay.
So those are my two LA choices. San Diego, low key, the club I work at, Mic Drop. Mic Drop is like my home club. I love it so much. They also have great food there, like food that is way too good for a comedy club. So I'm putting it in there because I like eating there. And they got like the thick fries with the good seasoning, the real.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
right. So shout out to Mike Drop for having food that's too good for no reason. And then what else? My other favorite San Diego food place. Mm. So there's this hibachi restaurant, Shogun. It's right behind Mike Drop. And I just love hibachi. Give me to a Benihana's stat. I love hibachi. I'm gonna go. Give me a chance to watch somebody do some flips on the grill and some fried rice, please. I'm out. I'm trying to go. So I love Shogun though. But yeah, I need hibachi. I'm a
There's a good
hibachi
hibachi
girl.
spot. There's actually a good hibachi spot in Silver Spring too. And oddly enough, like their Long Island's and Tokyo teas are pretty cheap.
That's what
So
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Wait, in downtown Silver Spring?
yeah, it's I'm trying to remember. When I get I'm gonna bring you back. I'm gonna send you the name. I promise you I can send you the
Thank
name.
you.
But
Thank
it's
you.
solid. It's solid. It's solid. All right. So we got two from Pasadena, LA, two from San Diego. Where's it? Where's your one Joshua Tree spot?
Okay, so so it's in 29 Palms. The place is called 29 Palms Inn. It's so cute. It's like a small little hotel getaway oasis. They got like a really
Mhm.
cute pool, and the food is always really good, and it's just like a very it's very much the vibe of 29 Palms. Like Joshua Tree is quiet, it's peaceful. It's like they only got like 8, 9 tables. Like the
Mm.
food is really fresh. They got a garden in the little because it's like a hotel.
Mm.
They got like a little garden over there that they get a lot of the herbs and everything's seasonal. So it's real cute. So 29 Palms Inn would be my like Joshua Tree.
Okay. That's it. That's all I need. I will, in fact, be going to these places. I like getting food recommendations in different spots so that I can just myself and go there and then like just I'll send you photo. Hey, I
What?
made it.
Hey.
The food is good. Look at him. He doing
Right,
flips and stuff.
right. But
Oh,
the 21 Palms one is hard because there's not a lot of restaurants. There's another restaurant called Kitchen in the Desert, but I don't even know if it's still open.
mm,
And they're real like sometimes they're the one that will just be closed on a
well,
Tuesday. You'd be
I'm
like,
closing too.
hello, why are you closed? Because we chose to be. Oh, sure.
Oh, bet. Okay, that's a bet.
Sorry for asking. Like, sorry for you to be asking for you to be open during regular business hours. That's my bad. But their
Wow.
chicken, but they got a chicken sandwich that's bomb. So I'd be like, I'll come back tomorrow. We'll see.
Oh, I wanted to get into your comedy. You mentioned wanting people to leave laughing, but also
Mm,
maybe feeling like they made a new friend.
yeah.
Why is connection just as important to you as the joke itself?
I think connection is super important with comedy because a lot of times people may remember one or two of your jokes, or like if your jokes are like remind them of something, they'll see it and they'll remember it. But the biggest thing they're going to remember is the feeling of being in that room, the vibe, the experience. Cause it's like, I want people to feel connected with me because if you just want to laugh at some comedy, you could just watch it anywhere now. You know, it's all you can watch it on YouTube, you can watch it on your phone, you can watch it out on your toilet, you can watch comedy any type of where. You don't need to come to a comedy show to see a funny joke, but to feel a good vibe and feel connection and feel like I'm having this experience with these people in this room and we're all like in this together is like just a it's a different level of entertainment, I feel like.
This is true. I feel that. What makes you laugh as a comedian now? Like, has becoming a comedian ruined comedy for you at all because you can see the mechanics behind it, or is it still fresh for you?
No, I think sometimes I can see it coming a little bit. So sometimes I'm not as easy to like laugh, but but now as a comedian, things that I find really funny are things that I'm just like, that was such a hard left turn. I had no, where did that come from? So it's like, if you get me with like a, what? Like, why would you even say that? Then I'm dying laughing. So it's like, sometimes it's a little bit harder for me to enjoy things because I know the mechanics of like of the way a joke is structured and I
Mhm.
can kind of see things coming a little bit. So sometimes that can get in the way, but if you make me laugh, I am laughing. I'm laughing out loud. Like I'm outrageously, I'm dying laughing. So um it's a little harder, but I think I'm not afraid to laugh big, especially if I'm at a comedy show and I see somebody who's really funny, you're gonna hear me laughing because if you're at a comedy show, please laugh out loud. Like, please don't feel like you need to hold back. Like, we want all of it. So
I
yeah.
respect that. What's harder, writing something funny, delivering it at the right time, or reading a room when something doesn't land?
Hmm. Well, I love to write, so writing something funny is not really hard. Writing is I'm a comedian who loves to write. I think. maybe like the nerves of getting up to deliver a room that you've never done before
Mm,
might be a little, that's probably like the hardest part for me. I mean, I'm still relatively new. I still get really nervous um before I go up. Once I'm on stage, I feel good, but like just the anticipation of going up, that can kind of be the hardest part for me. When stuff doesn't land, I mean, it's kind of ways to pivot out of that. So it's really not. And I think as long as I feel like a good comedian can kind of understand when things aren't landing, and kind of understand why they're not landing. Um, so I guess more the anticipation of going up is the hardest part for me.
you said the best things in my life have come from things that have absolutely terrified me. Is comedy still terrifying, or has the fear simply changed shape?
I think comedy is still, parts of it are still terrifying.
Oh,
I'm very I feel very confident on stage, but like the networking aspects of it and like just the putting yourself out there still kind of scares me. I also I feel like I have like not a huge social battery. So if I give all my social battery on stage, sometimes I get off stage, people want to talk to me and I'll talk to them. But it's like after like 5 minutes, I'm like, baby, I'm spent. Like I gave it all. I left it all on the floor, coach. I don't got no more to give you. So but I don't want people to leave with like, oh, she didn't like me. So I feel like that's a little bit scary too. I it's if you come up to me and you're like, oh my God, I loved your set. Baby, I love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate I need that. Like I want we want to build a fan base. So I want to talk to everybody, but it's just like I be tired. Like
right.
so I think that also kind of scares me. The idea, also maybe just the idea of being so seen and like people feeling like they know me, um, is a little scary too. I'm still getting over the um accessibility part of comedy, like especially with social media. Like uh, I'm still getting used to people being like, "Oh, are you Camille Waters?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." And like and then like it's so it feels like I'm starting a conversation 10 steps back because you obviously know who I am. I don't know who you are. And I
Mm,
feel like, oh no. I feel kind of rude. Like I wish I knew, like I talk to a lot of people and I was like, I wish I knew who you were. Also, you see these glasses, those Instagram pictures are so little. I'm like, I cannot see what you look like. I don't know what anybody looks like on Instagram.
I feel you.
So, right.
I
That's a
was,
little scary to me too.
that accessibility is a real thing. Um, especially for you. Like you've been on stages and people definitely do. If I were you, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have just said no, but I get that a lot. Like like
Right.
because I mean really, because you never know like what people's intentions are when, especially when whenever they're approaching you.
Right.
Like, I actually I had this happen. This only happened a couple times. Once in Detroit and once in Atlanta, where someone was like, "Hey, are you Ezel Moon?" And I'm like, "Yes." Oh, I'm like, and a good conversation ensues from it. But
Yeah.
like I sometimes wonder, like, if this, not if, but when this platform grows and continues to
Right.
grow, and I'm on someone's TV, and people now are walking up to me and asking me questions and things like that, would I even want that for myself? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I feel like 'cause yeah, I've had this conversation. Like, when it comes to fame, like, people have a misconception about it. Like, oh, it's just this most amazing thing. And I think that a lot of the people nowadays that are chasing it are, like, kind of doing themselves a disservice because of the fact that once you get it, you realize like how little of your life you have to yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
100%. I think also like I just was very aware of like just the way that paparazzi was growing up. I always thought that was weird. And like now it's way worse. Like now before for like celebrities, it was just like the paparazzi, they're in LA, they're in New York. Like
Mhm.
now everybody has a phone. Anybody can take a picture of you at any time. And it's just kind of like a little bit scary to think like this is what I'm moving myself into.
Right.
It's why I'm also very protective of like the image I put out of my daughter.
Yes.
Um, on like Instagram and stuff like that because I want her to be able to make her own decision when it comes to that because I'm already aware of like that I've chosen to put myself in the public. And that's kind of like a forever choice. Like the internet doesn't go away. Whatever you put on the internet is no longer yours. It's now the world. So I've kind of put myself out there for public consumption. So I'm like I'm a lot more controlled over what I put out of my daughter.
That makes a lot more sense to me, honestly. I kind of slowed down on publishing anything with either of my sons in it because it gets tricky, man. It gets tricky.
Right.
And I saw that thing that somebody, I don't know what country that put it out there, but like these guys were, walking their daughter in public, and people were just asking her questions about like
I
random
saw that
people.
too.
Yeah, and it really creeped me out.
Right.
It's like, yo, you know what? You sure is right. Like,
Right.
like what, like if, like when this explodes, like, okay, so people gonna be running up on my son asking. I'm not that parent. I'm not one of those the people that was holding hands. Somebody getting stabbed in the throat
Right.
immediately. Like, you're
Right.
not just randomly walking up talking to my kid. You
Nah,
crazy?
that's I'll go to jail about mine any day of the week.
Immediately.
I'm not even worried about it. Not even so yeah. And that's really like that's really something you have to think about. And like I even think about like, when you post stuff, like you share it and you want other people to like it and you want other people to comment and you want other people to engage with it. But then sometimes I'll get like a bunch of saves. And I'm like, what are you saving this for? What we got going on here? And so
Mhm.
it's like you just kind of I've accepted that that's what I'm doing for my life. But I know I want my daughter to be able to make that choice for herself when she gets older.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, I want to get into the goal of the show, the reason why we do this, which is philanthropy, garnering support from the audience and putting it towards a charity or nonprofit that you care about. What charity or nonprofit would you like to spotlight today? And why is the cause that it faces so important to you?
Okay, the charity that I'm spotlighting is One Simple Wish. It is a organization that helps foster kids and adults that went through the foster care system. They can put up a wish list of things that they need, and you can literally go on there and give them the money for the exact thing that they need. So I like that it's just very transparent. And then you can write them a note like "Happy Birthday." A lot of kids will put up their like birthday wishes or like the foster care system is very hard on kids. I have extremely, extremely supportive set of parents that I could not have done anything without them. And I know I'm very blessed to have those parents. So anytime I'm feeling bad or like having a rough time or like the world gets really dark, I like to go on One Simple Wish and donate something to a kid that is looking for just help. Sometimes it's just sneakers, sometimes it's a birthday present, sometimes it's a kid that an 18-year-old who graduated out of the foster care system and they are trying to get their first apartment. They're just trying to get their life in order. And the feeling of like being able to touch somebody that you don't know, but touch them in such a immediate way is a very good feeling. And the website's very transparent and I could I could say a million things about how much I love One Simple Wish. So that's the charity I picked.
That's a that's a beautiful thing that you do, sincerely speaking. Um, and I hope that everybody that's underneath the sound of our voices, whether they're watching live right now or they are watching sometime in the future, that they know to donate whatever time, energy, effort, or just funds by and buying, something for someone that is in fact in the foster care program or graduating from the foster care program. Thank you so much for mentioning them today, sincerely.
Well, thank you
Um,
for including this in your podcast. That's very rare and special. It's a special part of this podcast. I'm excited.
appreciate that. I appreciate it. Before we close out, we like to close with words of wisdom, and our words of wisdom are literally for those who are coming up behind this. So I wonder for you, what words of wisdom, because you've spoken on you being a risk taker, and how it has in fact, helped enhance your life. Um, what words of wisdom would you have for somebody, for a young lady that in fact wants to take the risk and get into the world of comedy?
Um, a few. One, be yourself. Be yourself. Be as much of yourself as you can be. You'll never know what opportunities are looking for you, who's looking for you, what thing you can change by just being you, because you're the only you on the planet. You're the only you there'll ever be. And so I'm just very big on trying to be the most me I can be. And I think you just won't know what lies ahead until you really understand who you are. And another thing that I heard probably like a year and a half ago that really changed the way that I thought was, what you're not changing, you're choosing. So if there's something in your life that you do not like and it makes you really upset and it's really hard, if you are not trying to change it, you are choosing it. We have a lot more control over our lives than we give our even ourselves credit for. So
What you're not changing, you're choosing. All right. Well, I'll
yeah, that was
definitely.
that was a rough one. I was like, oof,
Yeah,
oof,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Go ahead and hit me in the fields before we close out.
Heard, heard, heard. Okay, you're
Yeah,
not playing no games today, but I had to hear it. Y'all got to hear it too.
yeah, facts. Now I got to utilize it, or else,
Right? Oh, you
yeah,
choosing it?
or else I'm choosing it. Thank you so much again for taking the time to sit down with me today. Being as amazing, cool as you are, I'm speaking nothing but life, peace, blessings over you. Every set that you do, I can't wait to see you on Netflix. I can't wait to see you in Times Square. I can't wait to see you in Chicago. I can't wait to walk up to the box and be like, "Hey, I'm here to see Camille Waters," and they ask me what my name is, and then they give me the tickets and they tell me to, "Hey, go hit the green room
Period.
real fast." And then we take a couple shots before you go on. I speak in
Oh,
all
that's
this into
coming.
existence because
Heard.
yeah, from my lips to God's ears. But thank you sincerely
Yes.
speaking.
Thank you so much. This is really nice. This has been a fantastic experience, and I'm so excited that I got to do this. It was awesome, and you're lovely. The setup is great. Yes, sponsors. Yes, background. Yes, video before saying, be careful about this advice because 100%. Sometimes I just be saying stuff. So please think before you just take my advice because I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes. But so, yes, this was fantastic. Thank you so much.
No, not a problem. You have a blessed one.
You too.
If you don't know, you won't know, you guys. That was the Whiskey Mom herself, Camille Waters. You guys, please check out all of the comedy, all of her stuff. She is literally on IG at Camille Waters Comedy. Um, Also, y'all, if you can, when she has a show near you, go to the show, please do, and then tell her that you saw her here, and or really, I mean, if you saw her anywhere else, go and say that you saw her there as well. But don't just crowd her at the end of the show because, like she said, she might be a little bit tired. But if you tell her that you love her, she'll give you extra couple seconds. But yeah, that being said, man, this is amazing. I really appreciate that, and especially those last words at the end, which you're not changing, you're choosing. That's definitely wisdom. Thanks for passing that on to us, Miss Waters. Thank you so much. All right. Tune in next week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, where I will in fact be having another amazing guest right here on the Frank Conversation. I'm Ezel Moon, and I'm not doing it unless it's fun and it helps people. Peace.